This is a prime upset moment, and I think Elevate can take it. Will be APAC's first win against Europe.
Elevate on the brink of making APAC history. They have done it. It is history made on Neo Tokyo. Out here on the B stream, Elevate get their series win against an EU team years in the making. Realize has been top of this region for literal years. Look at him, look at the reaction.
I think this could go Elevate's way. And maybe this is a little bit of bias showing through, but I'm going to give them love. I'm going to give them a win. Another Game 5 win for Elevate. But it's right to the corner. Realize, a long clear straight to Virtuoso, who has a double tap lined up. He misses it. It's a pass to Realize, and it's in! It's in! Elevate win! Pioneers go down. Elevate have won their second series of the World Championship. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. They've done it again. Elevate win another series at this World Championship. Hey guys, it's AskPat13. Welcome back to another video. Something a little different today. I'm going to be going through my wildcard predictions and seeing what I got right, what I got wrong. And what's a little bit different is this time I'm actually recording this video live. So if you want to watch these videos live and help me make the video potentially, then make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be notified when I'm live. This week in particular, I'm going live after each day of the group stage, and then on Saturday and Sunday, the final days playoffs, I'm going to be doing watch party. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. I'm doing lots of live streams with Worlds happening. So with that, thank you, and let's get right into it. So first up, on screen now is the results, the actual results of what happened in Wildcard. As you can see, I already talked about this, but G2 Falcons went through in a sweep. Crew, Space Station, Complexity all dropped a game but still made it through, and then Moist, Twisted Mind, Secret were the last three to make it through. And if we compare this to my pick stop predictions, which I did on a video quite a while back in July, I got a lot right, but I also got a lot wrong. 7 out of my 8 predictions to qualify did. The one mistake was Oxygen. So Oxygen did not qualify. That was a mispick on my part. Not only did they not qualify, they only won one game. So it wasn't even, they weren't even that great. The next thing I got wrong was the 3-0s. Both my 3-0s were incorrect. It ended up being G2 and Falcons. And although I don't know if I mentioned it in the video, Falcons I definitely thought could have done it. I never would have thought G2. I'm actually very surprised they went 3-0. And I'm even more surprised Complexity didn't go 3-0 and Moist didn't go 3-0. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. And then in terms of 0-3, I did get Valiant correct, but I got Limitless wrong. I don't even chalk this up to a mistake. It is a mistake, obviously. But Limitless did have to play Valiant, so I don't even feel that bad, because I thought that Gladiators would beat Limitless, but we didn't even get to see that happen. So I got it wrong, but I think the worst thing I got wrong was that I predicted Moist and Complexity to go 3-0, and they both didn't. So, and then the next thing we'll be doing is we're going to be going over my full Swiss predictions. So a lot happened here, and let's start talking about what I got most right and what I got most wrong. So yeah, let's get straight into it. This was my predictions, my full prediction sheet, and I did, again, this was from that video, a video I put out about in July, and I went through and I predicted the entire championship, all the way to playoffs, but what we're going to talk about is what I predicted for wildcard, and what I got right and what I got wrong. So first of all, I think there are some big standouts, and I'll just start with what I got wrong, to not sound like I'm tooting my own horn, because I did get quite a few things wrong. Most notably, I had G2 not making it to main event, and they actually went 3-0. That is a big whoopsie. I had them lose to Space Station, a match they won. A direct incorrect prediction there. I also had them, although I did have them beat Limitless, which did happen in a sweep. Oh, by the way, these were best of 5s, and it actually was best of 7s. That was another mistake in the video. I had them lose to Oxygen. I don't think they played Oxygen, but they would have beat Oxygen, because Oxygen didn't play as well. I had them beat Elevate, that probably would have happened, and then Secret. That could have went either way, but ultimately having them miss was just not what happened. They went 3-0. They would have likely beat Secret. They would have likely beat a lot of these teams. Another thing I got wrong was Power. I had Power making it through, and although they did make it all the way to the round of 5, this penultimate round, they did it by beating 2 Sub-Saharan African teams, so I'm not even sure they could have won. Like, for example, they wouldn't have likely beat Twisted Minds who made it through round 5. So this was a team where I predicted right where they would place into the top 8, but not how they got there. Because if you look at their journey, they did beat Pioneers. Oh, that's another thing. I did get all 8 of the first round predictions correct, but not the scores, but the outcomes. But then I start messing up right away because then I had Twisted Minds lose when in reality they actually went 2-0. They went 2-0 and then lost to Falcons. So their journey is very different than it would have been. I had them lose the next series, so they came from behind in the 1 and 2 round, which is not what happened. Another thing that I got wrong would have to be Oxygen. So Oxygen bombed out 1 and 2, and I had them winning 2 series. Their first 2, which is not what happened. They won their first series and then immediately started struggling in the second series. In fact, I'm going to remind myself who they lost to. They lost to Complexity in Game 7. To be fair, that was actually a good series from them. Where they really started to struggle was in this middle round, where they lost to Secret and then lost to G1. And now I don't think I have them playing G1. Although I did have them losing to Crew, which is about equivalent to losing to Secret, I did have them losing to Complexity. I guess the biggest mistake was just having them beat G2, because that's just not what happened. But enough about some of the things I got wrong. What I found interesting, and again, this was just a kind of shot in the dark predictions, my best guess, but truly shot in the dark. I got some teams' exact paths correct, and I'm going to talk most notably about Elevate, because it's shocking to me how correct it actually was. I had Elevate lose to Falcons, then I had them beat G1, which is actually what happened, which is kind of crazy. Then I had them lose their next match, and although they were against the wrong opponent, I think the sentiment's the same. Then I had them beat Pioneers, so not only did I have Elevate make it all the way to round 5 in my predictions, I had them beat the exact 2 teams they actually beat. They actually beat G1, and they actually beat Pioneers. And that is just nuts. That's kind of a crazy prediction there, that it actually came true, because I believed it, and I believed it could happen, but even I knew it was unlikely. But I'm really glad Elevate showed up, so that's a highlight of a correct prediction. I think another correct prediction is Secret here. I didn't have them in the other video, or in the pick stock, but them making it was definitely a possibility, and I'm glad I had them making it all the way. What else? Twisted Minds making it through. Falcons. Oh, I didn't even mention this. One thing I did wrong in the midst of this is I had Moist go 3-0, and I already mentioned this in the last video. But Moist, they went through 3-2, so even more than Complexity, that was a pretty big mistake to have them go 3-0. They weren't beating, let's see, did they play Space Station? They lost to Space Station, yeah, that's what I expected. So they lost to Space Station, and did they play Falcons? I don't think they played Falcons. They lost to Twisted Minds, so that's the big thing. So I have them beating Falcons here, but they lost to Twisted Minds. I had them beating Space Station here, but they lost to Space Station, so a lot of incorrect predictions along Moist side. But speaking of things I did right, I think I did Falcons justice. Obviously, I had them lose to Moist, which is not at all what happened, but I did have them going 2-0 and then eventually qualifying, so not that far off. Another team that wasn't too far off would be Crew. I had them in the exact round they made it, and I did have them beating European teams along with Team Secret. So let's look at Crew's path. If you see here, they beat G1, which I predicted, and it happened. Then they go ahead, lose to Falcons, but then beat Power, an interesting Game 7 matchup, and then finally beat Twisted Minds in round 4. So along the way, I had them lose to Falcons, which is exactly what happened. And let me walk that back. So that's interesting. And then I had them beating Secret, not exactly the exact same team they played, but same sentiment, and then beating Oxygen. So got Crew's placement correct. Another one, Space Station, I got their placement correct, even if not the match was correct. And again, they did not beat G2, so a very different road, but I did have them make it on. Who else? I had Valiant losing, and I did have them taking a game. So I like to predict that. Was it against Pioneers that they took the game? Or I forget. Let's check. It was against Power, but I had them taking a game off OCE. So I'm glad that that was correct. What else? Limitless was wrong. They did not take a series. They did take a series, but it was against Valiant. So not that wrong. I did have G1 bounce back. I didn't have them bounce back enough. They definitely bounced back more than I expected. Beating Oxygen, that is, not losing to Secret. And then I'd say one of the last things that I got a bit wrong is I had Gaming Gladiators taking a few games. A game off Power, a couple games off Limitless. But at the end, they actually got swept out of the tournament. They did not play Limitless, to be fair, but they did get swept out. 12 games lost, 0 games won. So with that, though, that's pretty much all. And I'd really like to mention that I think I did a decent job, but there's quite a bit that can go wrong when you're predicting stuff like this. Let me know in the comments, what did you think? Do you think these predictions were like crazy? Are you surprised that I got so much correct, or are you more surprised about how much I got wrong? And then tell me what you got right and wrong. So a lot of people were not only commenting my video, but obviously people have made their own predictions. So let me know what crazy thing from the wild card you predicted that actually happened, or if something really funny happened, like predicting Moist to go 3-0 and oh no, they went 2-3. I could see a lot of both ways. So I'm interested to hear what your prediction stories, how your predictions went. So yep, with that I'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribing is the #1 way to help my channel grow, and it helps you get notified. As I said, it also helps you get notified when I'm doing live videos. This video was recorded live. It's a little different than I usually do. I hope you enjoyed it still. You can check out the VOD if you want to see a little bit behind the scenes of making it. I'll post a link in the description with the VOD of how this was made. It was a live stream, a recap for Worlds. So yep, with that I'll finish out the video. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.